Okay, so this is a video about how I worked at the store for a family as a teenager and had injuries. My body hurt sometimes. So I worked at home online a lot and homeschooled production ideas, like I'm doing now. Like I learned how to make videos and how to produce online, from homeschooling myself. I owe it all to God, of course, because God is my witness. I would be online on the internet and stuff like that, trying to learn how to read and trying to learn how to use the electronics and computers and stuff like that. It wasn't an actual school or a class that taught me any of that stuff. So, I feel like it was God or something like that. But really, I feel like it was God, not something like that. I don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah, God taught me how to express myself and how to, make music and videos and stuff. And I used the internet online, in a good way, of course, because I was told to make myself useful, and the internet would be very useful for teaching and training people. So while I was being taught and trained online from reading and studying years and years, you know, I worked at different stores, and this is one of the stores that I worked at. And when I would work at the stores, I it's crazy, because like how those girls a lot of time be saying it's like they was working two jobs and going to school and stuff like that. It's like, well, that's how my life was, and it's how it is now. Because it's like I'm still in school and still learning because I'm still online. I'm still learning about stuff. I still don't know it all. I'm still producing. I'm still making videos. It's crazy. Like it's like the work in the job. It's like sometimes it feels like slavery. Just work, 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 work. In school, 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 school. I mean, I just don't understand. But I told the girl, that she didn't have to work or do any of that stuff. But some of the girls said that they wanted to work in it, they wanted to do stuff like that or whatever. I don't really know. I'm not a girl, of course, so I wouldn't want to force anyone to, you know, do whatever they did not want to do or be a way they did not want to be. So, this video would just be evidence, because I wouldn't want to appear as a deadbeat dad, and I wouldn't want to appear as a lazy person. So since, ever since I was a teenager, before I even got a marriage license certificate or whatever, I had already went to school, and got a high school equivalency certificate, and I had already tried to go to college, but it wasn't for me. Homeschool seemed like a better idea. And I had told the girl, and you know, when the children were born, of course the children were born after I have a marriage certificate. And that, I told her that homeschool seems to be the best idea because, the children was getting molested at school or they was trying to have sex or crazy stuff. People tried to have sex with me at the school and all of it. It was the grown folks and like the children. But, the different thing about me is that, at least, someone else pretended, to be someone that they're not, it's crazy. Because I was always told that I was with my wife or that it was my girlfriend, something like that. But, I never made any kind of sexual, you know, I never really understood like why those guys would want to have more than one baby mama and stuff like that, and they wouldn't even be married to these girls and stuff like that. And it's crazy because I might not have the best body, and I might not be the best, at, I don't know, but ever since I was a teenager, I would work, and I would try to, like I said, provide for a family, and being married, of course, a family, like a wife and a child, a family. So, since I was already working and stuff before I got a marriage license and stuff like that, I never understood why anyone else would want to try to steal someone else's place, as the husband or as the wife in the situation when it was me with the ideas and actually doing the work and studying and homeschooling myself and driving all them miles back and forth, taking girls and children to school, and I didn't have sex with any other sisters or the other people and none of that stuff, while everyone else was bragging on it. I was just always, trying to learn how to use these phones and computers and electronics and stuff like that. And I thank God for being God and giving me a history without making single moms and without having sex with underaged people. In this video is a picture of the America's Thrift Store, and I believe it's in a city that's called Midfield, Alabama, a city that, I never lived in. So, it's just further evidence that, I would have to go to different cities just to work, I would have to go to different cities just to work. So, when they say faith without works is dead, and people ask me about being married, I I I I I, I always worked, It's just that, the kind of work that I do, it seemed like, like I don't know, like I just don't understand. But I love you all, believe me, I do. And I just wanted, to have evidence for the family and the children because I would not want the family to think that I was a deadbeat dad or a person that did not work ever since I was young. Of course, it would be part-time and temporary because I could only work when I could because of all of the abuse that was done to my body from being abused and molested and beat up, So, if you were molested or abused or beat up or any of that, it's no excuse for making single moms, and it's no excuse for having sex with underage people because I did not. And if something is possible, then I don't know what their excuse is.